Okay, so right now that you're done with positioning this in the middle, you might want to add other elements to the page. Maybe for example, with this button, we would want to have another button over here, or change certain things with this button, like the font size, the font type to some sort of regular here, and see, right? We would want to change. We've changed the font type and the size over here now. Now what we would want to do, probably let's reduce the width, the padding, sorry, let's reduce the padding of the font, and then it's gone. So we have this button over here. Now maybe we want to add other elements to the page. What you can do next is select the block that you want to add the element to, and then you click on the element you want to add. In this case, we are adding a button. So now we have a button here. So let's go to something like download. Okay, then we click the button to edit the settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit it, so you follow along and then edit. If you are following with the tutorial and you are creating your own website, so edit as I edit, and then we can. So we had 8 over here, we had another 8, and we had 10. So and we make this 18, make this 18, so that it matches the button at the top. Now when we go to position, we are going to have to remove clear all from here. When this setting, that clear element, helps you bring the next element to the next line. So if we don't want this button to remain where it is, what we'll have to do is select none for this feature, and then okay. So after selecting clear none for this feature, you can see the button actually comes up to the same level as this. Next thing is we would release the margin on the top. So the margin is the distance between elements. So the margin of this element is the distance on the outside of the element to the next element. The padding is the distance within the element, that is from the edge of the element to the text in here. If we are talking about margin for this block, then the margin if we're talking about margin for this block, then the margin, as you can see here, sorry, let me use the button so you can see. As you can see, the margin is the distance between the outside of this block and the next element on the bottom. So we have the margin button, that is on the bottom side of the element, the distance, and we have the padding on the bottom, that is from the edge of the block to the next element inside the block, that's the text element over here. So right now that we understand these margin and padding, we can apply it to this text and then create some space between the text. So in order not to save these settings, what I have to do is just refresh. So in this case, we select the button, go to position, remove the margin, and then we can save. Now we would want to give it a margin to the left side, of maybe 5, and then give the margin of this button to the right side of 5. So as you can see, we've added another button to our page and we've positioned it how we want it to be positioned. So in the next thing that we probably want to do is change the background of this particular button. So you select the button, you go to the settings, and then you start changing the background color of the particular button that we have here. So let's give it this color over here. And then we can save it, and then we can select the hover color. That's when you hover your mouse over the button, what color should the button be. So in this case we have these two buttons created.